Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Going Medieval episode 11, which originally aired live on Twitch. Now that we have armory, I'm also going to start to make helmets as grind. And then I'm going to smelt items that are not in perfect condition, regardless of their quality, for skill practice. So that means a lot of high quality helmets are just going to be like melted down. And Rasip, you are the only smith. Hold on a second. Armorer's table. Wait, why is McHump using the armorer's table? That was weird. Should be Rasip. All right, if we take a quick look, I don't think it's now possible. Let's do a quick, let's do a very comprehensive survey. So if enemies spawn here at this lowest red part, they have ramps to go up. This is impassable, so they can't enter. Now this part is passable, but they can only get this far. And then if they go up to this tier, I don't care because this tier is an island that wraps around to nothing, as far as I could tell. So it doesn't really bring them anywhere. So if they spawn, let's say they spawn, I don't think they'll spawn here because you couldn't move, but if they spawn here, they can walk around to the front, but there's no ramps down. So I do believe that everything in this valley now is secured. That basically, I'll use my mouse. Everything here, around this area and up is all impassable to enemies, which means I can leave these stairs in place all the time, and there's really no necessity to remove the stairs when raids come. So that dramatically increases the amount of real estate that I have to work with. Now, with that said, just because I have increased real estate doesn't necessarily mean I want to build everywhere where I have the increase. I do want to, for better or for worse, create somewhat of a border wall. So I'm going to do just that in this pit, which is going to be really weird because I'm going to be tracing it. But this was the sort of, this is what I would think is the goal of sort of like perimeter archer towers, and this is going to be like one heck of a mega project. So I think what I'm going to do is work on this like gradually. So if you have any other sort of projects here, I'm going to reject all the other redemptions. I'll be working on this perimeter wall, but not as my sole project because it will take me too much time. So if you have other ideas, you can submit them now for just side projects. So what I have in mind here is a perimeter wall that goes around basically the fish island only, with gates. And those gates hypothetically can only be reached by my own people, but then the wall itself I will use as a vantage point to shoot incoming enemies. So this wall here is going to be raised up. It's going to be like too high and have where you'll be able to walk the perimeter, which is a heck of a lot of stone cutting, which also means that we are going to need to focus on grabbing more limestone. So let's do that. How much limestone do I have? I've basically none. Basically none. This also might, one of the other advantages of here is this might take heat off of incoming trebuchets. Because if you have a perimeter wall, and this perimeter wall is going to be as high as my entry gate, so it's eventually going to be 3 high. If it's high as my perimeter gate, it also means that like low fired trebuchets are going to hit the wall instead of anything else. So a true fish castle is coming about. You know, after I stone cut like 1,000 stones. Big project. Which will look really cool once it's done. How is the armor smithing? Looks like we have melted down some mail helmets. Oh, but this is looking gnarly in here. So McHump is still working on winter clothes. We almost have all the winter clothes that I queued up. I'm going to not worry about the straw hats for right now. Rassip is blacksmithing. So Rassip, are you gaining experience? 15, pushing 20. Good. Yes, he is. I don't know what he's melting down, but he's melting down something, and that works for me. Some of their gear, I guess. As long as he's leveling. One thing I never ended up making was... And I'll do clay brick stairs. As you said, clay brick for the inside. Oh, really? Autosave right then. Clay brick stairs down to the storage area. I always scratch my head when they're like, we're exhausted. It's like, then go to sleep. I'm not forcing you awake. Okay, so there's my beer fermenting. And my piles of alcohol. So we have also alcohol fermenting. So I believe alcohol is... This kind of alcohol, I don't think is drinking alcohol. Yeah, it's like a disinfectant. Let's allow the alcohol down here. Oh my goodness, this is full. Stupid cabbage. Okay, alcohol is already allowed down there. I'm going to start expanding the floor space, but I have to be very, you know, I should probably stop adding more vegetables that I don't need here, because it's getting to a point where I have too much food. Probably a good problem to have, given that the rest of England is like dying of plague and blight and starvation, but it's a bit too much. More salvation. This would be number 10. His name is Ralph Diamond. He's a bloodthirsty reeve, the lucky of box something. He basically weighs nothing. Holy cow. His traits: bloodlust, pensive, intelligent, and yeah, you can pull whether he gets added. Are we accepting Ralph? Yeah, at least he likes shooting. That's true. And this is, of course, yet another third coming. He's escaping from, I guess, religious persecution is probably the closest, you know, explanation. At this point, why do I even pull? Yeah, you guys always want to help everybody. So here's Ralph. I like the beard, dude. Yeah, he really is tiny. And, yeah, so he's bloodlust, so he likes to slaughter things. He's contemplative, not pensive. It's called contemplative and wise. Let's go and set him up. He does like to shoot things, so set him up with a bow. Good short bow. And we'll take off those shackles and switch. Alright, at this point, the beet field, the carrot field, the cabbage field, gonna get ripped up. I have too much. If you want Ralph, 3 minutes. I'm gonna raffle him off in 3. All you got to do is be a subscriber and type something in the chat, and you'll be eligible for Ralph. Let's set him up with jobs. So he is a good tending. He has decent medicine. Hunt. His growing is okay. His mining is passionate. He's not going to be smithing, though. He's going to be our hauler, I think, for a bit. But here he is. And the typical whip back. Let's delete those shackles. And give him... good linen winter clothes. And in fact, I'm going to start to pivot towards winter clothes in a minute. So here he is with his short bow and, yeah, everything else. Speaking of short bow, let's have another good short bow here. Let's equip it. Hey, Craig. You've yet to watch episode 6, but you like the series? Well, awesome. Thanks for hopping in and saying so. All right, so he says he wants healing. I don't think... oh, you know what? I just realized I never put the door back. Oof. One thing I just realized also is I think we have bedrooms for him, but probably no one else at this point. Like, we are at our bedroom capacity. So this should be a kitchen now. And it is. No, it is not. Why not? Why not? Because I honestly don't know. Let's trace this real quick. So it's this. Oh my god, this is hard to look at. So this connects. I probably just need to put door near the stairs, I'd imagine. I honestly, staring at the overlay, I could barely make sense of what that is even saying. But I think what it's saying is essentially that my guess is if I put stairs here, it will become a kitchen. We'll just do that. Oh, I know why. Because it's these stairs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I know why. Because those stairs then connect to breweries, which makes it not a kitchen. There it is. Kitchen! And then this door here can be kept open. This doesn't slow anyone down. All right, good. Well, how many enemies are coming? Ooh, a whole bunch of them. Good. Bring it on. Let's go ahead and try for winter gear. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to edit winter. Winter is going to be, let's do 80 plus and good plus for winter clothing. And then we're going to set everyone up on winter gear and see how much more clothing we have to make thereafter. So the only one... I'm gonna... You know what I'm going to do? This might be the easiest way to do it. I want everyone to, like, drop forced, but I don't want them to necessarily drop it wherever they are, so I'm going to force everybody into the workshop. And then once they get in the workshop, we will remove forced gear. And I'm also going to remove armor. And then someone like with McHump, I'm going to undraft now that he's done. And that allows them to then select their own clothing. There's likely an easier alternative here, but this is just the route I'm going. For better or for worse. And then they switch over to summer gear, or winter gear rather, now that it is autumn the 5th. And that gives us an accurate count of how much more winter clothing that we'll need. So McHump, let's see. Auto-equipped, auto, yeah. Auto. Good. And then Rob is going to be given all armor, as will be Sparaxis and Ares, because they're the brawlers. And everybody else will have no armor. And then, oh, also you guys should be set on meals. So we have, Rasip's the only one that needs to put on winter clothing. But I think I have one winter, yeah, I have 2 winter clothes left. So that will be fine. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. Honestly, I thought that was going to be a real nightmare. But it wasn't. Okay, Rasip decided not to wear clothing, but everybody else did. I'm not that concerned about it. I mean, it's not a big deal. We'll equip him eventually. So McHump's, I think because he's been smelting, his smithing has gone up, but I do want to focus on Rasip's smithing instead. Because he's the passion, so it will be easier. Oh, don't do that to me. UI, go away. As far as hats go, I don't really have any hats, so it doesn't really, that doesn't really matter to me yet. Eventually, I'll allow here, Rob, helmet, Sparaxis, helmet, Ares, helmet. I haven't had the time to make headgear. I will soon, but I only really have a few helmets, and I don't want everybody in helmets. My archers don't need to wear helmets normally. All right, so enemies are coming in an hour and change. Sorry, the Yoda streamer cam, my software like blew up, and I don't know why. It's throwing all sorts of errors. Oh, I just pet Yoda, but I'll pet him again. Hey, Viper, I just realized it was you asking. I'll give Yoda extra pets. Hey, tacos. Yoda seems happy. Oh, yeah. He loves daddy. That's what it is. All right. The raid is coming imminently. Thanks, Ion. And we are going to not give them up. So here's the raid. They all look brawling to me. Here, let me, there's 9 of them. This guy, again, kind of a big boy. I'd love to know his height, because he towers over everyone else. It's like he's the mountain. And then all I really need to worry about is like making sure that nobody is so crazy far out of my walls that they put themselves at risk. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Also reminds me that I can start building the wall some more. What are they feeding them? Clearly lots of roids. Roids, roids, roids. Alright, so here's Sparaxis in a good leather helmet. Yeah, let's take a look at managed. So Rassip never ended up putting on clothing. Even though I think I have clothing for him somewhere. According to the game, I have winter clothes for him somewhere. Whoa, okay, already attacking. Deal with that later. Draft. So Rob, looking pretty geared. With his shield, his armor, his helmet. What, they're coming in from the north? No? From the west. Got it. So they're coming for you, Ralph. And then as soon as this raid is over, I'm going to raffle off Ralph. Actually, Rob's looking pretty big, too. Compared to everyone else. He's a man of increased stature. Alright, here they come. I will lock the door. I don't need to take damage necessarily. Door's locked. They don't have trebuchets or anything, so they kind of have to get shot by me. Splat! Do I have to unlock? Okay, hold on, let me unlock the door. They seem uncertain about how to get to me. And I ain't that worried. Seward! Splat. Who's next? There's two Oswalds. Oh, well, now there's one Oswald. Now, unfortunately, me being the total jerk that I am, you get close, I lock up. And there goes Theodric. Oh, the big boy Henrik. Taking one to the dome, 2 to the dome, 3 to the dome, and dead. All right, Marauder. Wow, you are in a good mood because you like the murder. Marauder, sit on my front gate with Gray and McHump. The 3 best bow covering the door. All right, and you guys attack whatever his name is. That's probably like a Welsh name or something. Splat. Next up, Oswald. Not Patton. And Super Splat. Gray did the most damage. That's unusual. All right, Gray, Marauder, McHump. Look outwards because they're trying to get away, and well, they're mine now. Splat and Vincent. Van, go nowhere. Cool. Easy peasy. The walls make it so simple. All right, bunch of dead people. Now, unfortunately, without like trade caravans and stuff, we can barely get rid of their junk. And some of their weapons aren't bad, but you know, we just have so much of it all the time. It's fresh meat. All right, Rassip, are you going to wear clothing, or are you just a straight nudist? I'm at this point, let me actually find the clothing that he should wear, and I'll just, like, put it on. Oh, you know what I think is happening? It's probably damaged gear like this, that he's not allowed to wear out of the requirements. I think that's what's going on. So if I take a look at the winter gear here, edit it, it's 80 plus. So what I should do here is dismantle forever anything that is 79 and fine or lower. And that way, all of the incorrect clothing gets thrown out. Basically, we use only 80 plus clothes. So, yep. Alright, I am going to super haul for a bit, because we just have so much garbage everywhere. McHump, what are you making? Oh, you're dismantling clothing. Maybe try a cannibal run? It's very, very, very few people that ask for refuge would be cannibals. So you'd essentially be stuck at, like, starting pop. If you edited this scenario to give yourself, like, a starting 5 cannibals or something like that, it might be obtainable. But the issue I see with the cannibal run is almost no one that will join you thereafter would be a cannibal. And without the cannibalism trait, you know, they're not going to want to eat people, so... makes it a little tricky. Squeaky, I'm going to refund you there, as you were the only one that submitted anything, so I will do some of your tasks. So Squeaky asked to decorate a little bit. And let's see. Actually, the Tower of Knowledge should not have shields. That doesn't really make any sense. Tower of Knowledge, you will have iron torches at thy entrance. This place, yeah, this is my workshop. Put some shields on that bad boy. Over here, this is where we butcher animals. So... there we are. And then out this way, let's say, I don't know how to get there though. But I will do it anyway. I will scaffold for it. So I think it will look nice. Okay. I think that would look nice, right? Maybe here I will put torches. Nice. So a little bit of decoration. Won't the enemy destroy it? They might. They might not be able to get to the stuff that's way up top, but yeah, they might. I don't know. Ralph, you're supposed to be given away. So Squeaky, hey, perfect. Squeaky Dink, you are now a 54 kilogram man who's joyful. But has a whip back. So congratulations. Hope that's what you were looking for. And I suppose, yeah, you're just our hauler. But everyone is right now. But you're gonna stay hauling, unlike everybody else. Let you haul and clean, yeah. You know, hauling is mostly just moving dead bodies around. That's unfortunately for you our jam, and that's what we're gonna ask you to do. So, I suppose it's good that you're bloodlust, right? You don't care. Dead bodies ain't no problem. Alright, what is Gray working on? I saw her making stuff, but I don't know what it was. Maybe breaking down wooden items. Look at this trash heap. I think we don't need any more linen, as I have like thousands. So let me stop this flax nonsense. What the flax? After this game, am I going a higher difficulty? No. I'll be playing something new. Almost assuredly. There's not enough content, I think, that would make it so that it would be beneficial for me to play this more. Alright. I am also turning on all of the braziers. There's our, some lovely insignia. The hunting lodge looks like a hunting lodge. The crafts hall looks like a crafts hall. The library is not anything yet. There we go. Getting some illumination. Yeah, it's definitely homier. A library looks like a prison. It's a prison for bugs. It's a prison for dead trees. So, you know, you're not necessarily wrong. Do I not have clay or something? No, I have a lot of clay. They just haven't prioritized it. Alright, let's see if that allows us to reach the, Yes, it allows us to reach the banners. Nice. Because I think those banners are going to look cool. I do like how there's like a dry spot, obviously, because of the bridge. I didn't realize it had calced that way. That's nice. That's a nice little additive that I didn't expect. Yeah, as you can see, the perimeter wall is it ain't exactly a project that's going to get done this century. But I guess that was true of a lot of the cathedrals and things, and castles. They were multi-generational. Way back in the day. Which is crazy to think, because construction projects are not multi-generational nowadays. Like, not even a little bit. How many more cut stones do I have? Oh, a bunch. Whole bunch. So now, the run-up, of course, to our our entry gate will have its own sort of archer towers, and the idea eventually is to encapsulate the entire perimeter. But again, that's a bit of a pipe dream, given the complexity and the amount of manual labor. Next research. We've got shields 2, axes, maces, swords. And how is my research coming? My, not research, my smithing. Okay, Rasip has leveled up to 17. So he is catching up a little bit. And perhaps if I queue up more smithing to be done, it'll go up even higher. So another thing I'm going to do is dismantle all metal items that are 79 and lower, which is a lot of the armor that we have here. Looks like McHump is doing it, though. I mean, if McHump beats him to level 20, like, oh well, whatever. In fact, McHump, I think what I'm going to do for you is take you off of tailoring so that Rasip does the smelt downs. Let's continue the wall. And I'm sort of leaving like a little moat. I guess I could trace... Yeah, let me trace the wall a little bit better. Give myself the most possible area. I'm sure I won't use it, but... Alright, there we go. Shields 2. A leading choice. I'll leave it up a little bit longer so that you have more time to vote. One thing I haven't checked on in a while is... Okay, so the storage here is not full. That's good. And then the frozen stuff has some slots empty as well. That's good too. And it's also negative temperature down there, so... Hey, look, we even see some of the structure from beneath. I guess we had a cave-in or... Nope. Never mind, they just started it. I misinterpreted. Alright, Rasip. Our smithing relies on you, so I really want to see you smithing, like, a bunch. I think another thing we lost that I just realized, and I should have realized this a long time ago, is when the stability here broke down, we lost our backgammon. So I'll put that back. To rob your idol. Not idle anymore. And let's continue to mine up some limestone. Make sure that we have enough feeding this project. Shields and swords almost tied. I'm going to leave it up even longer. We might have an overtake. Is this RimWorld with 3D? Yeah, more or less. I think the about command sums it up pretty succinctly. Yeah, it's more or less like medieval RimWorld 3D, missing a whole lot of features because it's earlier access. All right, let's watch Rasip. Rasip, you were making limestone blocks. Why, man? Let's see if there's stuff for him to do. There is, yeah, there's these mail helmets that he should be smelting down. Oh, he needs tailor for that. But it's a smithing job. I am so confused. Okay, Rasip, you're gonna be able to tailor. Let's see if it helps his tailoring. Or helps his smithing. So his smithing right now is 359. And he walks away. Don't do that. We're all staring at you, man. No, it didn't help. Okay, fine. Then McHump goes back on tailoring to get rid of all this extra excess armor. Okay, it's swords is slightly overtaking. So here's shields 2, a wooden shield. Shields 3 is when you get like the tower shield. And then swords here is a long sword. You know, if you're wondering what those unlocked. Don't you wish we had Molotovs and we could just torch this? This stockpile is nasty. Oh, good. The wall got done, or this segment of it. I'm sort of contemplating if I need more Merlin, or not Merlin, funeral pyre type stuff, but I don't think I really want to add in more. It's one of these things that I'll just always have more corpses to bury. Too bad there's no like inside corners. I know that you guys were saying that it's weird that they have only outside corners for the wall protection. It's starting to look more like a monastery with a, you know, our knowledge tower. Let me zoom out. Our knowledge tower and our breweries. It definitely is a well-guarded monastery-like feel. All right, I'm gonna call it. It looks like swords won by a hair. Rasip, you're crafting metal items. I like the sound of that. Yeah, you're getting your smithing up. And then this border wall looking even better. It's actually surprisingly faster to I mean, it's not a lot of stone, so it's faster to manufacture than I thought it would be. Because it's not very complex. It's very easy to do. And then another concept here would be to give it access, like door access, to be able to go from the tower to the wall or something like that. You know, other methods to get to this wall other than just through the gatehouse. because if it's just through the gatehouse, it will take a very long time for archers to get into position. So it'd be better if I had like stairs periodically around the perimeter. And that's something I'll be doing once we get a little bit more built. You assume you get attacked in the game? You see all these corpses? Just a tiny fraction of the amount of corpses I had to put down. But yes, you do indeed get attacked. There are sort of two types of attacks. There's attacks that you sort of trigger upon yourself because you offered people refuge. And then the people chasing their refugees come and try to stop you. And then the other types of attack is that they just like, yeah, they just show up and attack you, just like in RimWorld. With that said, this massive, ridiculous border wall is in no way necessary to defend against said attacks, but it was both voted on and it's fun to build. So here we are. Building absurdly expensive border wall. Like we're trying to protect ourselves from the Mongols or something. Another thing I do need... Hey, Squeaky and Sparaxis has the same birthday too. Is like doors. So I'm gonna bust out some blocks down here and add doors around the perimeter. Let's... this one too. And I'm gonna do reinforced doors, I think. Can I just paint over for a reinforced door? Because no, I guess I have to break it. Reinforced doors are going to be a little bit tougher than the normal wooden doors. And I don't think enemies are going to get down there, but if they do, I might as well have reinforced doors. Now that the banners are built, let's break down these clay staircases. It's called Going Medieval, right? No wall is too absurd. Fair point. Put another door here. And then I'll put one down there. Just so that, you know, we can't get stuck on the wrong side or whatever. Are you not wearing... No, you're wearing clothes. Alright, Rassip. How goes it? Oh, perfect. I watched you level up smithing. I have no idea what you're manufacturing. I haven't a clue what you're actually doing on that bench. You are smelting items for metal. Okay, so you're melting items. You're melting probably weapons down for metal. And that's leveling up. Whatever it is, I don't really care, just as long as you're leveling. The ends just justify the means. There's our lovely reinforced doors. I still have plenty of cut stone left. My guys aren't working that fast anymore. Welcome back, Dem Tacos. I hope you enjoy our pointless mega project. So it's starting to get cold out. Let's go through all the bedrooms to make sure all the braziers are on. So these 5, check. Yes, yes, 7. And then yes, yes. Okay, I think all of the braziers are on everywhere. Because soon it's going to get pretty cold at night, and we're going to want to be snug as a bug. So McHump's tailoring, pushing 25. Pretty soon here, I think I can move away from fine quality and go good quality. Seems like we're reliably making good stuff. And then, looks like Rassip has made good iron mail helmets as blacksmith, because these don't have damage, so that indicates to me that we made them ourselves. And I'm curious if my guys are starting to wear that. Nope. Haven't traded up on Aries. What about you, Rob? Nope, definitely not. Okay, so there's room for, and obviously not on Spraxis either. So there's room for them to wear better stuff. So I think one way to force that is, let's go to helmet. Helmets. We want it to be good and healthy and only male for now. Only male helmets, because that's what we're manufacturing. So Ares is doing that now. Awesome. There might not be helmets for Rob or Spraxis, but it looks like we're manufacturing them with Rassip. And Rassip, of course, is an erudite, so he'll be able to level up very, very fast in smithing. He's almost 19 now. The floor is a mess? Yes. Oh, yes it is. I have garbage strewn everywhere. It was a lot worse before when we didn't have a general stockpile. A lot worse. So this is, believe it or not, an improvement. I'd also say, happily, that my bills are a mess too. So anything sturdy and flimsy, I'm going to get rid of at this point. If it's made out of wood, sturdy and flimsy, toss it out. Good plus only. And then let's start to make sure that everybody is rocking good bows, not sturdy bows. So Mako, you trade up. And Squeaky, that bow's really damaged, so I'm not going to bother trading to that. Em, you like the walls? Yeah, I like the walls too. We're obviously, this is looking more like a monastery than a castle. But, I don't know, it looks pretty cool. And I like the touching, the finishing touches on the various buildings here as well. One thing I will say, and I'm sure you've probably noticed, is the game is getting a little chunky. It's playable, but chunky. This was a problem that a game like Stonehearth had in its early development as well. It's also a problem that RimWorld had too. RimWorld had a sort of refactored and redesigned the way their save game files were handled because of how not memory leaking, but how chunky it became. It caused a lot of problems. All right, I'm gonna change. Ooh, I forgot to change leisure schedules for these guys. It's gonna give them a little bit more leisure so they're joyful. Because right now, as you can see, no one is green, no one is joyful. There's definitely some benefit to having a bunch of joyful people. Clay brick paths. I have subterranean clay brick paths, to be fair. See? I could do terrestrial ones. The only thing I worry about that is, well, no, I guess it would be fine, because if we remove it, it's still just normal dirt underneath. Yeah, we do have some clay brick though. Let's put a few more in. It was voted on, so I will fulfill the request. There. Very, very simple perimeter path. I'm not really sure how the pathfinding works versus RimWorld, because obviously, famously, RimWorld's pathfinding is really, 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 really terrible, and pawns never, ever, ever use paths that you lay out for them. So we'll see if the same is true here or not. Research available. So I'm going to research shields because that was the runner-up last time. And let's make wooden shields until we have 3 or 2. We need to do Viking raids with a shoreline. Yeah, I'm actually very eager for a lot of the roadmap features. I'm just very curious how long it will take to get said roadmap features. Yeah, there is a roadmap for the development here. Enemy corpses rotted? Yeah, that's one way to get rid of it. So here, I don't know if this will link properly, but there is... Oh, that works. That's the roadmap of, like, what they plan to add, plus more. So. Most of that stuff is... It's basically stuff that you would recognize from, like, RimWorld. It's not surprising or anything. But it's all stuff that I think most players would be like, yeah, that'd be really nice to have. Vago Seer is like, I'm so tired. I won't queue up any more walls so that we do the pathing. A little worried about the limited amount of clay bricks that I have, but it looks like we're laying out the pathing now. There we go. And Rassip, how much did you level today? 18 and change. Almost done with this segment of the wall. And that's probably, what, a third of our perimeter wall? Or so? Somewhere between a third and a fourth. That's a pretty good amount. I mean, I know it doesn't have the Merlins and the pathway yet, but still, it's progress. I don't think this wall is tall enough to truly protect us from incoming trebuchet fire. But another thing that I could do, you know, if I wanted to, or if this was your hey, Pinpoint, thanks for all the gifted subs. If this was your base, another thing that you could do is to put a path like this, and then put a second wall behind, like that, so that you have tiered walls, and that way you might be able to protect yourself from treb fire. Thanks, Pinpoint. How are you doing today, Pin? Yeah, the trebuchet did rip up the stone a bit, and if I sat around and did nothing to counter it, it would have damaged a lot. Luckily, I jumped into action and prevented that from happening. But, yeah, the trebuchets are pretty cool. You heard that trebuchets can hit underground stuff with no path to it, but it's a rumor because you haven't confirmed it yourself. That would be, that's strange. Yeah. I'd be curious about that. If that's, an issue or not. I could imagine it would be. It'd also be pretty terrible if the trebuchets were able to terraform, because one of the things about this game is, like, if you lose dirt, you don't get dirt back, right? So that's a bit of a challenge of farming, for instance, is that if you dig up all the soil, you don't get more. You can't re-put soil down in it really in any discernible way. So it's very easy for you to, like, ruin farming for yourself if you're not careful. So it looks like Rob is actually running the path that I set forth. Yeah, most of them are. Which is cool. It's cool to see that they're actually using it. Which is way more than I could say for RimWorld. That never, ever, ever uses bricked paths. Squeaky. Wow, you really are the Undertaker. You're running around with, like, corpses, flinging them around. I won't touch that. On Discord, they were saying that Trebs... Oh, speaking of Trebs. Yep, there's 3 Trebs coming in. So I guess this will be the last fight. Taking a look at these guys. They're all melee, and a lot of them are naked, so that's cute. They're way up on the mountainside there, aren't they? Wait, which corner were they? Man. Can I get here? No. No way up. Don't be launching them yet. Gotta give me time to react. Yeah, if someone opens up a gate, they just charge and not use the trebs. I actually abused that a little bit already, but they still trebbed me anyway, even with a forced open gate. So it works, but not perfectly. A few of them hung back and still decided to hit me with trebuchets. So we'll show you just that. Oh, here they started their attack. So yeah, I'm a valid target here, so they are all attacking me. It doesn't look like anyone's on trebs, so let me regroup in one big group so I can more easily defend myself. It looks so this guy's path is going to be here. And then over to me. Okay. That's fine. Alright, Rob, Ares, and Spiraxis stand apart. Unfortunately, due to the changes of the helmet stuff, there's we're not going to be able to oh god, you're so dead. Hey, it's another Ralph. Bye-bye, Ralph Wiggum. And a Thomas. Spiraxis to see that you're hurt. This is more tanking than I wanted to do. Ares, could you hop in there and help out? Alright, Rob, let me get you out of there. And victory. And as you can see, the moment I win, the trebuchets completely poof, never existed. What trebuchets? We don't even know what you're talking about. Why would you even bother running away? At that point, just accept your fate. You're dead. But, yeah, there we go. Nice little defense there. Could have done that a little bit better, doing more shooting. But whatever, it worked. There is friendly fire too. Yes, I know. I was trying to avoid that as much as I could. So what injuries do I have? I have a pierced arm muscle, no big deal, and pierced arm and leg muscle, which is why he's so slow. Well, everybody, that is all the time I have for this stream. This about wraps it up. So to recap, in this stream, we leveled up. We got a lot of research done. Ton of research. We expanded the storage down here, added breweries and distilleries, added a very, very cold root cellar, significant expansion of the root cellar down here. We completed the Tower of Knowledge, which has been helpful. We didn't really do anything to the workshop other than change some bills around to be able to make our own clothing. Didn't do really anything to the Great Hall at all. We doubled the size of our entry tower and then started to work on a perimeter wall. Thank you for watching Going Medieval, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has both my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. You can also go ahead and follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description, or twitch.tv/Rhadamant5186. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode, or perhaps in a stream sometime. Farewell.